separate all these.
We're gonna make you all watch every single one.
Brother, brother, don't you know it don't matter where you go, bad news has a way to seek you out. You can change the pace, you can run and hide, but that don't change the folks outside. The world just has a bite, it's pretty stout. Righteousness won't fill your cup, your dues you don't just won't add up. Sometimes you gotta fake it till you make it. Show 'em just what you're made of, and all your dreams will stand right up. It's all right there, just ready for the taking.
Hey y'all, welcome to Stivers Homestead. I am Zach.
And I'm Jen.
And it is tea time.
Tea time.
Yeah, finally. The long-awaited tea videos are finally here. The dehydrating is done for the most part. The hanging drying.
Soaking is done. This video has been a long time in the making.
Yep.
I started it way back about probably 3 weeks ago, maybe even before. Because things had to soak, they had to do their time, and it was kind of hard to wait because I've been wanting to show y'all what we're gonna do, but we've waited and now it's finally time to finish it up.
All right, well I am gonna step back away from the camera because this is you all and her time for the tea time.
So, we've got all of our marigolds, and we're gonna put them in this mason jar.
There's one sticking out.
Is there?
What did you tell me this? Is this the one that you was telling me was like the poor man's sassafras?
Saffron.
No. What's sassafras?
Sassafras is what you make root beer from.
That's right, because you showed me that plant when we were riding.
Saffron is a seasoning,
Yeah.
but that's a whole different route.
But you can do that out of this, right?
Yes.
So what we're saying is marigold is magic because you can do like everything with it.
I love marigolds.
And it's like the color of fall in there, isn't it?
Yeah. It's beautiful. The crazy thing is a lot of people grow them just for looks, but they have no idea how much medicinal properties they have.
That looks cool.
I know, isn't it beautiful?
They're almost as pretty as my zinnias.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding, they're very pretty.
So now we're gonna put our oil over this. We're gonna use olive oil.
Boy, you're going to hurt yourself.
All right, ideally you want to use organic. Organic is a little bit expensive for us. I mean, you're talking like, what, $40 if you get this size?
Gosh, I mean, even that was $20.
Olive oil for everything. I'm constantly making salves and stuff like that I need it for. I just can't go the organic route. I don't know. So, it's fine.
We great value, y'all.
Yeah. So now
but it's still olive oil, at least it ain't canola oil.
Right. You're just going to fill this up until it has about a 1-inch headspace.
That's a lot.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that pretty? It's beautiful. You know what you could do is like use these for decoration.
You really could.
But not tell people what you're actually, like you're letting it infuse so that you can use it for oil.
Right.
You could just put it on a table and use it for decoration.
Yeah.
While it's breaking down and using it for oil.
Multi-purpose. Because I mean, yeah, you said it takes like 3 to 4 weeks, right?
Yeah.
You just set them on your table as like a centerpiece.
Yep.
Have a bunch of mason jars of those on it.
Yep, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the lid on this.
You can make like an angel headband with that.
Yeah. And we're gonna let this sit for 2 to 3 weeks, but by the time you see this video, that time has already passed. So there's your first step.
Does it need to sit in the sun or anything, or?
You can put it in a sunny spot. I'm gonna put it on a windowsill, and that way it'll get some sun.
And it'll shine pretty.
Isn't it beautiful? Love it.
It doesn't even look like those.
All right, let's make 3 weeks go by really fast. You ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
So, I have a tea garden, which most of you all know, the ones that have been following us. It's in our raised bed outside, and it's my favorite. I got my tea garden kit from M.I. Gardener, and he sold out of it quite a long time ago, but you can still piece it together. So that was a really exciting thing for me. I was really happy to have a tea garden, and I couldn't wait to do everything with it. And you all have asked and asked and asked that I show you what I'm doing with what I've been growing. I started every single one of the plants from seed, and there's a whole video back on that tells you exactly what is in there and how I planted it, what the uses are, what everything is good for, stuff like that. So today we are finally doing some stuff with some of the stuff that we planted. I did dehydrate earlier. I dehydrated basil and cilantro and mint, and you all saw that. That was in a video. Those are just your common herbs that anybody can grow. So this kind of stuff is marigolds, which make calendula, and that's what these are. You all saw me start to soak these weeks and weeks ago. One of them is soaked in grapeseed, which is good for cosmetic stuff. And the other one is soaked in olive oil, which is good for any use basically. So they have been soaking for about 3 weeks, and we're finally going to make some calendula oil with them. I'm really excited about that. Well, this is already calendula oil. We're making calendula salve. I love to make salves and stuff. You know that I make comfrey salve, and I love making salves out of my herbs because they're so medicinal and they're just good for so many things. So that's what we're going to do here. And then these are also marigolds that I harvested and dehydrated. So they're dry. You can probably hear the crunch. They were just dehydrated in my dehydrator for it took about 24 hours because there was a lot of them. And at the lowest setting, that's at 95 degrees. So they were dried, and these are going to have a different purpose. These are not going to make oil. This is dehydrated licorice basil, which was also dehydrated in my dehydrator at 95 degrees. That one also took about 24 hours. And then these two were hung up, or the comfrey was hung up to dry. That took a few weeks, which we're going to, this time we're just going to chop up and store, which I'm going to show you how to do that. I have too much comfrey salve as it is, so I really don't want to make any more comfrey salve right now. And then this is my chamomile that I grew from seed also. So this was harvested about a month ago, and it was set out and it dried, and I'm going to show you what we do with that. That's just chamomile, and it's going to make chamomile tea. I have two different ones because I did two different soaks. One is with grapeseed oil, which is good for like cosmetic stuff, and that's what I'm going to make the salve out of. And the other one is olive oil, which we're going to save. And I bought these droppers with these little tops, and I'm starting to put the oils and stuff that I'm making in these. So that's actually what we're going to do with that, so that later down the road, because this will keep for up to a year, later down the road we can make more salve if we need to. So that's just kind of an extra. And we're going to strain this one. So this one was made with grapeseed oil, which you can find at Walmart or anywhere. And we're going to strain it, and then we're going to discard of all the calendula flowers because we just need the oil. I had 3 cups of oil, of the calendula oil, so I'm going to add 3/4 of a cup of beeswax.
It's a 1/4 a cup per cup.
Yeah, 1/4 a cup per cup. And I was talking and measured too much. 3/4 cup, perfect. All right, so this is heating on low heat. When it gets, well, actually it's not. Alright, so that's heating on low heat, and once it gets a little bit warm, we're going to pour this in. This is our beeswax. So this is the one that I got off of Amazon. If you raise bees, use your own beeswax. Obviously that's the best route to go. We actually used all of the beeswax that was left over in our hive for the comfrey salve, so we're out. So I ordered this off Amazon, and I really like it. It's my favorite beeswax to get. We also have a place nearby that sells it, but they're hard to get to. Amazon is just my best friend, so that's where this came from. And I think we linked that in our store so that you can use it as if you want to too. It's triple filtered and cosmetic grade, so it's perfect for this. Alright, so this is heated up a little bit. We're going to go ahead and pour the beeswax in. And we're going to let that gradually get warm in there.
Melting butter.
Yep. All melted, so now Zach is gonna pour it into like a pitcher thing. I don't really know what you call it, but it's gonna make it easier to pour into the little jars that I have.
It's an oversized measuring cup.
Yeah, oversized measuring cup. So at this point, if you wanted to, you could add essential oils like a lavender or something. We don't do essential oils, but if we did, we would add that step in here, and you can do it too, just for smell, or you know, lavender will make it smell good, or whatever kind you want. It's not necessary, and we don't do essential oils, so we're not going to do that part. So now that's in here, and we're going to pour it into our little containers. Alright, so that made all of these little containers and then 2 jelly jars worth. So that's a lot, and it's already starting to set up. So once you get it in your containers, you want to leave your tops off until that sets up and cools down. You don't want to put the tops on yet, or it won't set up right. So there is that, and now I'm going to show you my jars.
When you do this, if you're using something you use often, like measuring cups and stuff, immediately clean that bad boy.
Yeah, immediately.
That beeswax will set up in there, and you will just throw it away.
It will.
Or it becomes your beeswax measuring cup.
We've lost many of kitchen items to beeswax.
Yeah, so scrub it real good, soak it, and then you can probably use it again for something else.
So these are the little jars I used. They're called, it's called a favor kit. Me and my mom actually got these, I think at Walmart, when we were planning for me and Zach's wedding. And they're used for like little crafts and little like goodies that you give away, and or mints or stuff like that. But they're perfect for these kind of salves. They're the perfect size if you want to give to people. So I just want to show y'all what we use because I love them. And then the leftover went into the jelly jars. But they're the coolest little things. They're just perfect. Alright, so that is calendula salve. Super excited about it. Can't wait to give it away to our family and friends. If you don't know, calendula salve is great for cuts, scrapes, burns, any kind of sores that you have. You can put it on a wound, anything like that, and it will heal you right up. And that beeswax is awesome too. So the calendula and the beeswax work together and make the perfect little salve. So I love making that kind of stuff for our family. It's also really good for diaper rash. We don't have any babies in the house anymore, but if you do have babies, it's great for diaper rash. You can use it for that too. So that's calendula salve. I hope you enjoyed that. And now we're gonna move on to the next item. Okay, so I showed you what one way you can use marigolds and calendula for, and now we're gonna show another way. So you saw at the beginning, all these were dehydrated and they are now dry. So I have had I've harvested so many. I can't make all that salve. I mean, it just won't be used in all that time. So here's another thing that you can do with them. You can dehydrate them or dry them. I've never hung them up, but I'm sure somebody has, or you could probably just set them flat on a plate if you don't have a dehydrator and just let them dry like that. That's what I did with the chamomile. So these, I'm going to rip the petals off because we don't want to keep the stems, and we're going to store them right in this mason jar. And that way, when I want some calendula tea, I'm gonna grab this mason jar and I'm gonna grab a teaspoon or two, and we're gonna put it in one of these little items into tea, and we're gonna drink it just like that. So you can buy this kind of stuff. There's plenty of websites where you can buy these things that come pre-packaged and already done, but you can do it your own. You can do it by yourself. So you just grow the tea garden, and then dehydrate all this stuff and make your own little batch of teas. You can put mason jars, you can do big jars, and then you can store it, and you can have tea all winter long or for 2 winters, however much you do, until you can grow the next tea garden and then grow more stuff. So that's what we do. Also, these little items, before I move on, are really cool. This is one that you can put into a cup. So if you have a cup of hot tea or a cup of hot water, somebody gave me this. You can put your stuff in here, your chamomile or your calendula or whatever you want to do, basil, mint, anything. You can put it in here, drop it down into your cup, and it'll infuse right in. So that's pretty neat. And then someone also sent me this, which is really cool. It's the same kind of process, but makes it bigger. Say if me and Zach both wanted tea, we could use this little teapot. Put your stuff down in there, fill it with your hot water, and it's going to infuse right in. And then the last one is also the same kind of thing, but a little bit different. This is like a stainless steel
strainer.
Yeah, strainer, and it just goes right down into this mason jar. It's got a little seal. You put whatever you're using down in there, and you can use this for tea, or you can use it for, like I just did with the olive oil. You could put your calendula or whatever kind of infusion you're making down in here, and then fill the cup with olive oil and let that soak.
Yeah, and that way when you take it out, it's already strained.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
So just some little cool items that I wanted to share with you all, and hopefully you like.
And she has shown a lot of products throughout this video. So it's called products, I think we put in the description, it just says products we use in our videos. Click it, it's like our storefront. It just shows anything that you would see in our videos. If you want it as well, it'll be linked below in the description.
Yep, now we're gonna separate all these.
We're gonna make you all watch every single one.
New place, and though sometimes the weight comes in abundance, my love for you gets stronger every day. My darling, I have dreamed of you forever. I can't escape the truth of what I know. This garden's where I want to grow.
Alright, I think this is the last product I'm going to show you. All this stuff is inexpensive. It's just kind of stuff that you got to be prepared with and have. So these are the silica gel desiccants. They're the little moisture absorber packs. So we're gonna put one of these in each of all this stuff that we're doing, just to make sure that everything stays dry and well, because you don't want moisture getting in and making mold. So guess who's not gonna grow calendula in a long time? Me, because this is a lot. And this, I mean, this was only one little harvest. There's stuff to be harvested right now. The marigolds are full of blooms. You saw me make the salve. So if you're looking for something prolific for your tea garden, marigolds are it. I mean, they keep coming. I don't know, they just keep blooming and keep blooming. So I might have to figure out another way, because this is, or maybe I can make another one of these and give to maybe my mom or something who likes tea. So that'll be nice. It's a nice little gift to give to someone. I mean, it's a jar full of tea that you can use for a whole year. So
yeah, and that was 3 plants out in that raised bed.
3 marigold plants. Yeah,
that's all
I planted.
Yep, she started it in the greenhouse, 3 of them, and bam, here they are.
Yep.
So and it's just an awesome plant in general too, because you got to think of the benefits it's doing out the side with pollinators.
Yeah.
Before you harvest.
Yeah, and obviously I'm going to put the top on this. and then just store it somewhere. I'm gonna store it up on my shelf with all my other ones. And let's get to the next one. All right, so next on the list is comfrey. I do make comfrey salve, but I have so much of it right now that I just don't want to make more and have it go to waste. So this is comfrey from our garden that we hung up, we harvested, and we hung it up to dry. It's been drying for about 2 to 3 weeks now. It's completely dry. Our house is a little bit different, so things dry a little bit quicker here than they do at other places. But so now Zach is basically crunching it up. You can cut it or you can crunch it. It's dry, so it just crumbles right there. And then we're gonna put it into a mason jar with one of those little moisture absorbers. And that is gonna sit on the shelf until I need it. It can sit there until, you can make comfrey tea. It's not approved by the FDA. Do your own research on that. I personally don't drink comfrey tea. It's just not something that I'm really into. But I do use comfrey for compost teas, and I use it for comfrey salve. So that can sit in the mason jar on the shelf until I'm ready to use it. And if I ever do get around to where I run out of comfrey salve, then I will do a video on how to make it, I promise. Moisture pack is in, lid is on, and that is a jar full of dried comfrey that we can use for so many things. I highly recommend you grow comfrey in your garden if you're not. It is so useful, it's so medicinal, and we love it. So there's calendula and there's comfrey, and now we're gonna move on to the next one. This is my chamomile that I cut off of my plants. I planted 4 chamomile plants in my tea garden. All 4 germinated and all 4 did really well. They're still going. I actually just trimmed them back because they're bushing out and getting huge, and I can't use that much chamomile. So this was cut and brought inside, and it was laid out flat onto a plate. I actually took a video of it, but I lost it because it was so long ago. But it laid there for weeks, and it finally dried, and now this is chamomile. So this is what you put in your tea. I'm gonna put it right into this little jelly jar, and whenever I want some chamomile tea, I'm gonna go to this. I'm gonna scoop me out about a tablespoon, maybe a teaspoon, just depending on how I'm feeling. And I'm gonna put it straight into my, straight into my little diffuser, and I'm gonna plop it into hot water, and that's gonna be my chamomile tea for the night. So how awesome is that? You can buy this, like I said, many websites and stuff where you can buy chamomile tea. You can even buy it in tea bags. But how cool is it to grow your own, dry it, and
put it
store
in your own tea bag.
Yeah, and you just store it. And there it is. That's not much, but there's plenty more outside to harvest. I don't drink much chamomile tea. It's just kind of a rare thing when I do want it. So that's really cool. We're also going to put a moisture pack in here, and then put the lid on, and it's going to go on the shelf with all the others.
You get a moisture pack, and you get a moisture pack.
Everybody gets a moisture pack. So how awesome is that? Apparently that lid doesn't fit. That's not the wrong lid. 2 lids. Alright, there you go. Last thing. Moving on to the last one. This is licorice basil. So this also came in the In My Gardener tea kit. It's just basil, but it's licorice style, and it was easy to grow. It all germinated. I think I had 2 plants. It's still growing out there. I just cut that one back too. I cut the leaves off, brought them into my dehydrator, and dehydrated them right there. They dried up, and now they're gonna be the same purpose. They're for tea. I'm sure there's some other things you can do with licorice basil too. I think you can cook with it.
Oh, yeah.
You can make some pestos and stuff, but mine is gonna be for tea. I guess it could be for both. I'm gonna put it in a mason jar like I did all the rest, and I guess we'll see how I use it. It'll either be put into tea or it'll be used to cook for. So that's really cool. If you have not grown licorice basil, it is so yummy. It smells so good, and it's easy. I mean, it's just an easy thing to grow, and it makes your tea taste so good, and it makes your food taste good. I wish you could smell it, 'cause it smells so good. All right,
Smell
I gotta get a mason jar, another mason jar. Moisture pack is in, lid is on. So now look at that. I can't wait to put those up on my shelf with my other dried herbs. And there are so many things we can do with them, and they're gonna stay good because they're dehydrated and they're in those mason jars with their moisture packed. So I'm excited. I mean, a tea garden is definitely something that you want to grow every year because it's enjoyable. But with these kind of harvests, you really don't need to. I guess if it's something you use a whole lot, you could keep growing it and keep replacing it. But tea gardens are so, can't think of the right word,
TheBomb.com.
Productful. There it is. They're very productful. They put out so much and they offer so much, and not even just for teas, for salves, for oils, for all kinds of stuff. So I absolutely, but
bountiful.
Yeah.
No, bountiful.
Bountiful. There you go. I absolutely love my tea garden. I don't know what I would do without it. I'm so happy that I found that tea gardener kit. Hopefully you all can too. I hope you like these products that help with your tea garden. It's not necessary, but it's just little things you can do to make sure that your harvest lasts longer and preserve your tea garden as long as you can. Absolutely love it. I'm so excited to share it with you all. I'm glad I finally got to. I'm glad the time got to where everything was done and I was able to put it all together. And there still will be more. I've got to harvest dandelion greens. I've got to harvest chocolate mint. A few other things, some oregano, some other kinds of basil. So still more coming. Keep looking out for the tea garden videos, but I hope you enjoyed today's. Let me know if you try any of this or if you do grow the same thing and if you use it a different way maybe. But I love my dehydrator and I love my tea garden. So thank y'all for joining me, and I hope you grow your own tea garden. We'll see you next time.